There's a K-drama that I haven't seen, but I really want to watch it. It's on my list. It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Have you seen it? Do you like it? Let me know. I'd love recommendations. So today I thought I would ask the cards about how to be really okay when things don't go your way. So join me for Life's Potluck Buffet. Oh, I'm rhyming again. And I hope you're having a great day. And I'll see you on the other side of this music that's about to play. Okay? I'm John Paulus. Thanks again for joining me. So, I phrased the question for the cards today, how to be really okay when things don't go your way, because I was thinking about genuine positivity, not kind of fake positivity, uh, in situations when, things are pretty negative. And so I want to ask the cards about this and talk a little bit about it today. And so I'm going to ask the cards how to be really okay when things don't go your way. And I'm going to shuffle them. On the bottom of the pack is Your Hero is You in Disguise. And that is yesterday's card that was drawn for the question about how to take it easy. As you'll recall, we talked a lot about Lionel Richie, and the idea there was to think about a hero and what they're doing to take it easy, and then do that, because your hero is just you in disguise. And we talked about that a lot yesterday. Oh, also, if you're keeping track of the spelling of things on the auto captions, as I am, obviously still spelling my name wrong. But also, I don't know what to make of the fact that of the 34 times that I said Lionel Richie's name yesterday, a good number of them said things like Lion Richie or L Richie or Lio Richie. Like it wasn't getting Lionel Richie. And so if the auto captions can't uh, figure out Lionel Richie's name, I feel like there's very little hope for auto captions figuring out my name. But I will stay positive, even though it seems like I could go negative there. I'm going to stay positive, because how do I feel about it? Well, I don't feel great, but I um I am going to accept the fact that that's the way it is. Okay. So, I already started answering my own questions. The cards, so forgive me, please. I know you're in charge of answering the questions. I'm just asking them. Okay. So, how to be really okay when things don't go your way. All right, I'll do 3 casual shuffles. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then one final thorough shuffle. Maybe that's what I should call that. Away from the microphone, of course. Okay, then I will meld them together, and then I will look to see where there are gaps in the cards, and it's the top card was card number 4. Be like a good novelist. Show, don't tell. Interesting. I feel like I drew this card just the other day. Well, might have been a few days ago now. So let me read the card to you. Instead of using words to describe your work, create a project that you show others. Meet people of a specific work community related to it. Ask friends, acquaintances, or family to introduce you to people. Sign up for an email list. Join a communication platform of that community. Interact with people in it. Now, say a project you want to show others. Great. So let's think about this. This card is telling us to, instead of describing things, doing things, putting things into action, rather than saying that we're going to do them, what it's saying is, well, this card is telling me to be proactive. When things aren't going your way, the way to be really okay is to be proactive. And that means to do things. When I say proactive, I don't mean that in a kind of traditional throwaway sense. I feel like when people say, just be proactive, it's like a kind of a throwaway. It doesn't really, um, I don't feel like it means much when we say that. So I don't want to fall into that trap of saying be proactive and, not explain what I mean. Here I mean be active and pro. So what I mean is the active is key. So maybe instead of saying proactive, I'll say be active. Be actively okay by doing something that you show others. Put yourself out there in a way that is going to make you feel good about where you are and what you're doing. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. It's that opposite of kind of turning inwards, where we're like stifled and like we feel like, things aren't going our way and we're like, I just feel like I'm just kind of stuck in the same loop, and I'm like, I can't break out of it. And sometimes we turn that inwards and it becomes very defeating. This card is telling us to do stuff outwards, to do something, do an action that shows others what you're really about and where you really are. And this also involves, in terms of the negative part of this equation, there's a positive side and negative side. I realized too that I bought batteries this morning, so positive and negative have been on my mind clearly. So the negative part needs to be expressed outwardly in some way, in some constructive way and productive way. That's something that is essential. And we know this. It's why the kind of relying on affirmations doesn't really do it for us. At least it doesn't do it for me. I'd love to hear if that works for you. Then you're probably not listening because you're probably okay. But I think that too often the solution that is given in general, and you know how little I like generic general things, but the idea that things are given out, the idea that is given out is that kind of drown out the negativity with positivity, and we know what happens there. That's just not gonna do it. That's just not gonna do it. So that negativity needs to be dealt with in some way. And what I said before I shuffled the cards, what I was getting at in terms of acceptance, that's the way to deal with the negativity, to be accepting of the situation. Not trying to sugarcoat it, as they say, not trying to drown it out, because that's how to be not genuinely positive, because we can tell, with ourselves, with others, when you're just trying your hardest to like drown out the negative with positive, we know that it's not, it shows that it's not really a genuine positivity, and we know we're not really okay. So step one, make sure that there's that acceptance of the negative, and that is essential. Say it out loud. Do whatever you need to do. Tell someone else, whatever helps you. And then the next step is to do an action that shows you at your best and that shows you as being really okay. Find out what you are really okay with in the situation and do something that shows others that you are in fact really okay and that those positive vibes that are coming from you are genuine. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great day and I hope everything's okay for you. And I'll see you next time on Life's Potluck Buffet.